Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about mass DMing on Instagram, if it's still a thing, how it works, and how people do it. So in the past, when there were no limits on the amount of DMs that you can send, you could easily connect your Instagram account to a tool and let it go out there and DM millions of people, if not thousands of people, right? Now, the rules have kind of changed on Instagram since. I mean, they've changed this about many years ago, so things have changed. But it's still a thing, and it still does exist, but they do it a little bit differently. People that do engage in mass DMing, first of all, the purpose is to make money in high regards. For those who don't know, DMing is probably out of like all the methods out there, probably one of the top 3 methods to make income on Instagram through any method, through selling any product. Let's just say I was a competitor to Nike, for example, and I wanted to sell a sneaker. So like something like this. I would go to the followers of Nike and other competitors of Nike, and I would scrape lists of thousands of people. We're talking hundreds, thousands of people, and I would do this over and over and over and over and over again until I come up with really, really large size lists. And what I would do is I would make that list. I would give it a certain name so that people would know what those list, what those people in the list are. And then I would basically, not me personally, but this is how they do it. They would sell the lists. Now people would buy the lists, and they would use it for mass DMing. And specifically, the way it works now is you would take the list of usernames and you would input it into a certain machine, and the machine would go out there and message these people in thousands. I'm talking 10, 20, 30,000 people at once who would go message. Now, obviously, it comes at a cost. It's not free, but you get my kind of concept of what I'm saying. The first element to this is just the scraping part. So there's really a few business models in this that actually still exist till this day. The first business model is the scraping, the list acquisition. Now, there's good and bad things about list acquisition. The first bad thing is you don't know who you're getting your list from and if they're legitimate or not. That's the first thing. The second thing that people do is because they're not sure or they don't believe where they're getting their list from, they'll just create their own lists. So they'll use like a scrape tool, kind of like this, like what you guys are seeing here. And they'll go out there and they'll scrape usernames. So I'll just clear history here just to show you what I'm talking about. And I'll give you an example of, let's just go to, I don't know. Let's go to LeBron James's account for an example. And we'll scrape some of his fans and his followers. So we'll go over here. We'll go to his followers. And we will see that we can scrape his list. So let's say we want to scrape 20 people. We'll just hit the scrape button, and you see here, now it's collecting all the data of all the usernames. Now, what a person would do in this is they would just keep building up their list, and they could sell the list. That's the first way to make money from it. The second way that they can make money from it is they'll take the list and they'll connect it to a product. So let's say, in this case, like I said, if I'm selling sneakers or if I'm, doing whatever, I would DM all the people in that list using a machine. Now, there are these machines that still exist, and you can spend, let's say, I don't know, maybe $1,000 for every 100,000 DMs that you send out, and you could literally DM hundreds of thousands of people in a matter of 24 to 48 hours, and it's really that easy. And this is like these Excel spreadsheets of just lists. So that's essentially how people make money with mass DM. Mass DMing is no longer something that you could just do for cheap. And we're talking about mass DMing. We're not talking about automating DMs. If you're automating DMs, anybody could do that at a small price, in small amounts. But when we talk about mass DMing, we're talking DMing thousands, millions of people on a daily basis. That takes some real skill and some real resources, financially speaking. I just figured I'd put this out there because the DM, like I said, is extremely, extremely powerful. and you can make lots and lots and lots of money doing it. In fact, this was something that I used to engage in back in, I don't know, 2017? I don't remember. 2016? I don't remember the exact date. And I saw its profitability. Granted, I leveled up and did different things, but I just figured we'd even talk about this because this is something that we, really haven't talked about before. And there's a lot of things to talk about. The tool here for the scraping the list, I know some people are going to ask about this. This is the IG username scraper from Bots and Apps. I don't use this too much. I'll just be honest. I really just bought it for the video. You guys can see here the tool is $4.99 a month. Probably the cheapest tool I've ever seen on their website, I think. But yeah, that's essentially how it works. It doesn't, take that much experience or knowledge to run it. And it's really not that difficult to use. You just saw me do it. But that's essentially how people do it. Now, the crazy thing about this is they're doing this in really, really large mass scale. And you could do this by promoting things on Redbubble, on TeePublic, on, Zazzle, on whatever business you have, even physical products, courses, digital products. It really doesn't matter. A DM is basically a advertisement sent to somebody's mailbox. That's really what it comes down to. And that's how effective it could be. So I figured we'd just talk about mass DMing. And, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully at least it was informational on some kind of level. All right, peace out, bye.